Okay, can you see me? Okay.
Yes, hi, Dolly. Welcome on.
Ashley, and hi everybody that's in here. I'm kind of upset that I got in here with all these people in here. I'm kind of camera shy,
Oh,
But
don't you're fine. Talk slow, beauty.
so I'm coming in here today for advice. Um, where to start? So another 25-year-old trying to navigate her way. I graduated with a bachelor's degree in business 2 years ago, and I have yet to find me a good job. Been really hard out here. I've been doing makeup, Estee Lauder for about a year and a half, and I just decided to quit because they weren't treating me right. A counter manager was telling me that she wanted me to be the new counter manager, and they was kind of pushing it off, hating on me, waiting till the next person to see what are the best options they could get. And yeah, but as far as dating, like I said, I don't have a job right now. And I have been with the same guy for about 10 years. I'm 25. We've been dating since high school. I went to school. He did not go to school, unfortunately. But he has been a provider in some type of way. He makes sure I'm good. He doesn't pay all my bills, but he does, do here and there. And the only flaw with him, oh, and another thing, I didn't want to tell all my business, but I am currently pregnant as well.
Chin.
Yeah, I'm pregnant. Not something that I really planned.
Wait, hold
And we
on. I'm like, congrats. You like, no, I don't want to be. It's given. Don't say congrats.
I'm happy about it now that it's here, but at the point, I had to get here. So that's really all. I just did not see this for my future, especially being unstable um at the moment. But my boyfriend, he does pretty good. I had some groundbreaking, terms as far as having the baby and stuff, as far as being well kept and ring and all this other things. But I don't know. I just feel like he's making excuses. I've been planning my baby shower. I don't know. I was telling him like, well, if we're gonna move in together, I want a ring, and this is what it's gonna be. And I guess he's making all these excuses, trying to say that I don't know what I'm taking as far as he don't see me as wifey material, even though we've been together for 10 plus years.
But Dolly, that, and I know you said the baby wasn't.
So we have a 25-year-old mom to be, and she is, as you can see, she's not really ready to have this baby. She's a little apprehensive. Um, she been with her boyfriend for 10 years since high school, and now she has the requirement that okay, before we move in together, before we have this baby, I need a ring. At this point, it's a little too late to y'all should have had this conversation earlier. Maybe not in high school, because who talks about this in high school? But early 20s, somewhere along the line before you got pregnant, y'all should have had this conversation. So, and why don't nobody use birth control? Because she said, I didn't see this for my life, or this is not the stage that I wanted to be in. So, why are we not using birth control? If you didn't want to be pregnant, there is so many different ways not to be pregnant and be a single mother out here. So, Bay, you have anything to add?
Mm-mm. You're right.
Plan, but certain things should have been a requirement for you in the interim of dating. And I know you didn't know, you were much younger, and sometimes we don't know when we're much younger about things, but now it's like, well, if we've been together for 10 years and we're having a baby and she's never had an issue with who I was and how I've been showing up, why now? Why must I change now? Why do I have to make you a wife? If I get the baby, I get you, I get the house, I get all the benefits of wifey without the ring. Why would he change that now?
That's my whole question to it, and I don't have a problem seeking out men, dating, or none of that. I just I would rather work it out with what my current situation is, besides being a baby mama or mixed blended family. Nothing against that, but that's just what I did not see for my future. And yeah, I really don't know. We still, I mean, every day is something different. So we might be talking about marriage one day, then he had more pregnancy hormones than me. So he always flipping out and all this other stuff. I think it's just a lot on him too, because he's picking up another job. So he's saying, I don't know. I think it's just I really don't know.
So what I'm hearing, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe you guys weren't ready for this baby, and now that you are pregnant, it's important to you to be married. It's important for you to have a family, especially you don't want to be a baby mom, right? But you're also, on the other hand, like, man, I'm not working. I don't know what's going on with his work. We're not stable. I don't even know about marriage. Forget marriage. We got to work on this job right now. You know, like, it's a lot to think about. I think you need to really sit down with a notebook and write out the things that you need to get done for baby before baby comes, and the things that you need to do so you both can be stable, because it's not going to get easier when the baby comes. It's not.
I'm well aware.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to do as much as I can. I'm not far along, so I have been seeking another job. I have a job interview Monday, but I really don't want to be too big and pregnant working anyway. But you know, so it's just a lot that's on my back that's like really just messing with me at the moment. And my mom, she's even like, she's like, you know, I love your boyfriend and all this, but I don't want you to be solely dependent on him. And that's my thing. It's only so much I could do being pregnant right now, trying to switch careers in the middle of a pregnancy. So
from home, you work from home. Is there a job you can get online, something from home?
I've been applying. I haven't had any luck. So
even if it's something that's not within, I guess, like your career field, not what you went to school for, even if it's an odd job, a temp work job, customer service, answering the phone for T-Mobile or Verizon, something like that is what I'm saying. Some type of customer service job where you get to just stay at home, relax, answer phones, do some clerical work, that type of thing. Which state are you in? They're asking what state.
I'm in Georgia.
And let me also mention this, you know, she's pregnant and then she quit her job. She recently got her degree and she's not in that field. She was doing makeup. Sis financials is all over the place. And bro, she said that he was providing and he was paying some of the bills, but he wasn't paying all the bills. I mean, at this point, I mean, that's not his wife. It is going to be his baby mama, but be gracious, thankful for what he did pay. Because ain't nobody told you to pay. Ain't nobody told you to quit your job, Mel. Come on now. Like we believe a man provides for his wife, his children, and things like that. And we'll even go the extension, okay, in your household, if y'all living together. But the woman also have to be giving you something, doing her part as well. So not just out here providing for women that ain't doing nothing. We don't agree with that.
Yep.
But the thing is, the finances is really shaky here. This was not the time to quit your job. I mean, I don't know. My question is, did she quit the job before she knew she was pregnant or after? Because, girl, you might need to stay on to get them benefits. He might have to suck it up. You got a baby on the way.
Yeah, might have to.
So, and then, I don't know. It just seems, she said that he got another job, but it doesn't seem like she's real confident in their financial situation, because it seemed like they're struggling. Well, yeah. She's struggling. I don't know about bro, but she's struggling. So, and then her mama telling her, don't depend on no man. Here we go with the elders and the mama.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but you talking about marriage. You talking about you going to get married to this man. You're going to have to depend on him. If you're going to be his wife.
True.
I already got you out of the mindset of not being a wife. Yeah. So maybe that's why bro said he don't see you as a wife. Y'all bickering, going back and forth. I'm not saying, like I said, with the provision, y'all not living together. Y'all not husband and wife yet. But maybe you and said some things to him that he ain't confident in your ability to be a wife.
That could be true.
So, but then they said that they discussed marriage. Okay, so what y'all talking about then? I mean, at this point, is y'all gonna get married or not? And this is how it used to be back in the day. Once the woman got pregnant, your daddy had the shotgun. Is you gonna make an honest right? Is you gonna make an honest woman out of her or not? I know we don't do that no more. Hey, but I'm just saying, back in the day, that's how they did it. Like, ain't no single mama, ain't no baby mama here. Is you marrying this girl or not? So, but bro don't feel, I don't know, he didn't feel the need to marry her up until this point. And we don't know, is he, why he don't feel that she's wifey material. I don't know.
Right. Don't know.
She seemed like a nice girl.
Decent enough.
Yeah, seemed like she has a good mindset, at least about being a wife. But I think this conversation was a little too late. You should have had this conversation with him when you were years ago.
Yeah.
When y'all got out of high school, when y'all, as you grow up, okay, are you trying to get married anytime soon? Oh no, I'm trying to work on my career. At least you would have known what to expect. If you was gonna stay, okay, well, we'll get married later or whatever the case is. Or you could have dipped and found what you was looking for.
Yeah.
They did not have this conversation when they was younger. They just been screwing around, and now she's pregnant.
Yeah.
And now
she's
they're
worried
scrambling
about it now. Yeah, she's spooked now.
Yeah, she is spooked. And now they're scrambling, basically. Like, let's move in together. Let's get married. Those are life changes that is just going to throw y'all out of sync because y'all are just trying to do it so quickly.
Yeah.
These should have been things that you planned out. But let's continue.
Previously.
I seen somebody say do makeup. I am a makeup artist, so I was taking clients at one point, but I stopped for a while.
And is boyfriend working and making sure he's good? Is he solid on that front when it comes to working and stuff? Is he doing what he needs to do to make sure you and the baby is going to be good?
He does, but the thing is with that, so it's like he kind of like want to hold it against or hold it over my head. Like what he told me the other day, like, well, if I could have a baby, I would. Then you should have, because I wouldn't have, And then,
that's wild.
And that's the thing about it. Don't be a man. Be a man. If you're gonna get 2 jobs, I understand you might be cranky or whatever, but don't take it out on me when you feeling in the heat of the moment or whatever, because that's just I feel in the fire of what to expect for these long years with this baby girl. So
just so I can just give you some tips or tools so you can walk away from this just feeling a little bit better. Again, I want you to write out some goals, maybe short-term goals, maybe the next 3 months, maybe for the month of May. This is what I need to get accomplished, okay? Maybe I want to get me a little job, even if it's in customer service. I don't know if you guys want to get a bigger apartment, a bigger house. I don't know if that's a thing as well that you guys are looking into. Making sure you guys have the finances or some type of savings, creating a savings for you guys. I want you to create a goal, something where you're getting up in the morning, going for walks, journaling, something for your mental health, your physical health, and then making sure you are accomplishing goals. Because now that baby is coming, it's always, they say, it's an old saying, mama's baby, papa's maybe. So mama gonna have to be there regardless. So you have to make sure you are good for you and your daughter, because things are only going to get better or they're going to get worse when baby comes. So now it's bigger than you. It's just bigger than you at this point. It's about your baby. That's not for me to say to forget about yourself. But like we got to kick it into overdrive. Let's see what jobs we can do. Let me try to just map this stuff out little by little. Start tonight, okay? If anyone has suggestions for her, please leave them in the comments. Please DM her. She lives in Atlanta. If there's any jobs that she can work, any sort of tips. If you are a mom and you can give her tips, please do. She needs the support, okay?
Thank you, guys. And I appreciate it, Miss Ashley.
Of course, beautiful. I am wishing you the best, honey. Please keep me updated, okay?
Yes, ma'am, I will.
You're welcome, darling. Bye-bye. I'm sending Dolly. That was her name. I'm sending Dolly lots and lots of love. And that's why I tell all the ladies, especially when you're out here dating in the world and you're in relationships with a man, and especially if you're in intimate relationships with a man, you want to be so mindful. I always say, you don't know a person until you fall out with them, until you divorce them, or until you have a baby with them. Then their true self comes out. You fall out with them, fall out of friendship, fall out. You divorce them, or you have a child with them. You don't know who they are until those moments. You just don't know. And everything is going great in a relationship, maybe the first 3 months of the pregnancy. And as time goes on, as you begin to change, he begins to change. And that's why it's so much, when women come up here and they say, oh, I want a 6-figure man, he gotta make this much, that much. A man would literally need to make 6 figures if he wants to have a child. Okay, let's say if you live in the big cities, LA, New York City, Miami, or Texas, at minimum, to support your family, your wife, your girlfriend, and your baby. At minimum. We're not talking about Chanel bags, Dior, or G-Wagon. We're not even talking about that.
Ashley.
We're talking about you getting, like the girl said, an $8 pack of eggs from Target. We're talking about getting milk and cheese, diapers. We're talking about the light bill, the rent or the mortgage, the car payment. We're talking about you getting a Starbucks mocha choker that adds up every single day. That's about $50 at the end of the week. Hello? Things cost money. Mucho dinero. I'm talking about just having your head above water, having your basics in order, having a nanny, having help.
A nanny? Ashley?
You break off your mother or your grandmother some money. Little things. These are the things I want you young ladies and older ladies to think about.
Oh my God.
Before you decide to truly commit to a man. If hypothetically I have a baby with him today, hypothetically I woke up and I was pregnant, not only would he be a good father, a good provider, would he be a good father to my child?
Wow.
Those are two separate things in any event. But
Ashley's little diatribe at the end. Oh my God, she said a lot of stuff that don't make sense. Because wait a minute, you saying that a man has to make 6 figures in order for him to have a child? So that means the average man can't afford to have a child. Basically. Now we know. I mean, this just goes without saying. We know that children cost money. You're gonna have to. You gotta have money for the Grimlords. They're expensive. So, but you don't have to have 6 figures. People are doing it with less. Now, is they really comfortable? I don't know. That depends on the family. I don't know if they have to penny pinch. I don't know if they have to eat bologna sandwiches. I don't know.
Yeah. Depends on the family. Some families is comfortable with less. Not less, but they don't need a nanny and all Dior and all that nonsense that she said.
That was wild. A nanny? You know that
bare minimum.
See, now Ashley gives off the impression that she's highfalutin. So
very much so.
Regular average people don't have nannies, Ashley. They
No.
just don't. That's rich people, people with some means. See, and this is what y'all keep thinking that is that why y'all want a 6-figure man? So y'all don't even have to take care of your own children.
Bingo.
You just
Yep.
get a nanny to come in and take care of the child.
Yep.
Come on now.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That was wild.
It comes down to duty, like the sense of duty kick in, and that I believe that brings apprehension. I think that was the same with the young lady, like the sense of duty, like I got to take care of baby girl and all that. What she said,
Right.
the duty looming over her head. She's thinking in maybe in these terms, like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to be a mother, XYZ, and do all that entails. Now his provision is in question, and what he gonna be doing, and if it's enough, and all that. That sense of duty gets heavy around a lot of these women's neck, and that's why they make these decisions that they make. You know what I mean? It starts to somewhat warp your mind, not in a bad way. You know, it doesn't have to be in a bad way, but it can be taken in a bad way. That's when, you know, now you want to look at, okay, the money he was making was fine. We know the grim laws cost money in the living situations. All that's going to change. But if it doesn't change in the way that you see fit, or it doesn't quell your worries, that's when you're going to start look in a hypergamous way towards another man or somebody else with more resources and things like that.
That's a good point.
So
that's
where that comes in. Like I see that the sense of duty, and Ashley said this, and I think this is part of the reason, you know, we have this mentality of women give life and the kids belong to the mother and all that, because what she said, Papa's maybe, Dad, Mama's baby, Papa's maybe. Like those little sayings and things that you put in people's mind, it's like a seed is planted. So now, you know, again, it warps the thinking process. And now she's like, oh, I'm gonna be a mother. What he gonna do and how much he making? What I'm saying, that doesn't have to be displayed in a negative way. It can be, you know, okay, how we gonna do this? How we gonna provide? How we, not he, me.
Right.
Like, you know,
that is good. Like, maybe let's work together. We have a child. Okay, what you keep looking over the fence and see what he doing. Oh, well, he got the 2 jobs and he did this, and I want to be a well-kept woman when I had a baby. Again, this is something that you should have said early on. Again, what is y'all doing in these relationships or when y'all are dating? Y'all are not communicating what y'all want. Okay, when I have a child, I want to not work. I want to be at home with my feet up. And when I give birth to the baby, I want to stay at home and raise our child. Maybe if you make that known, maybe he could start working on that. Maybe he wants that. You know, the man might want that. He may not want his
prefer,
working or and during the pregnancy or after, you know, after the child is born. A lot of men don't want that. So, but you have to communicate this. And there was no real communication. Like I said, they just been screwing for the last 10 years. Playing around. Now you're pregnant. Again, where is birth control?
There you go.
If you didn't want to get pregnant, use birth control.
That's what it's there for.
Right. You didn't have to get pregnant. You didn't have to speed along. I don't even think this is speeding at this point because they've been together for 10 years. This is not speeding.
No.
So, but yeah, and the other thing is just her quitting the job, like, because you and the manager, you don't see eye to eye with the manager. A lot of people just be quitting jobs because they just had a bad day at work.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so you go. What if you get another job and that manager is mean and all of that? Happen. This is part of having a job sometimes. Like, I'm not saying they should disrespect you. No,
not at all.
Sometimes you gotta I'm here. My mentality is I'm here to do my job and give my paycheck, and I'm out the door.
It's called roll with the punches. Like,
Right.
if it ain't nothing that's gonna, leave you in the mirror questioning, what type of person you are, as long as it's not degrading, demeaning, anything like that. Gotta roll with the punches, man.
Just roll with them punches, sis. And plus, you got a baby on the way.
There you go.
You're gonna have to roll with some punches.
There you go. Or that's more of a man. That's where men and women differ. Mm-hmm. Like, that's more something like a man would be more inclined to do. You think about the responsibility you have. Most of the things as a man, especially when you got a wife, kids, you do are not for you. Yeah. So it ain't even about how I feel. Like, at the end of the day, like, I have a responsibility. I have people that depend on me. So I gotta roll with the punches at least a little bit. Whereas a lot of our sisters, they get out here and this, again, the sense of duty, like, they think about it in a selfish way. Oh, he said this to me, so I'm leaving. Like, you know what I mean? Right. Things of that nature. Like, you're not thinking about your kids or your family or what your household might look like, or, if that income was making that much of a difference or whatever's the case. Yeah. Or even if you have any of that at all. It's just like, most of the time, like, the emotion of it, just women just be ready to get out that door. They don't really roll with the punches too much like that.
Yep. And then one last thing about the job situation is, okay, so that job wasn't working out for you. I definitely recommend that she go get a work from home job. You do not want to be on your feet and doing hard labor while you're pregnant. Find you a work from home job on the call center, something that is not stressful at all, and just relax. Like, a lot of our sisters just want to be in the corporate world, in the courtroom, all that in the boardroom, right? Doing hard jobs, stressful jobs while pregnant.
No good for you. No good for the baby.
That's not good for you. Like I'm talking about jobs that men do. Like, not to say that we can't handle it, but you got to think differently. When you get pregnant, how does that affect your body? And how does that affect the baby? Your stressful job. Yeah.
I swear, yeah. We had this conversation on air, off air before. A lot of, I'm going to call them complications and things, defects and things of that nature, from birth that we are having in our community and just as a whole today. Like, I think it's a lot of things that factor into that. And I think that's one of them. To whereas before you would be off your feet, you would be more inclined to just be there nurturing, waiting to have this baby, taking the stress away. Mm-hmm. Now we're putting it on. You want to work till you 8-9 months pregnant, taking the same stress you've been taking up and down and fighting through it and trying to persevere and climb the ladder. And now, I think that does have an effect on the way that you carry and what you produce from carrying. To a certain extent.
Yeah, and women have been working while they were pregnant, even back in the day, but they were doing more of a womanly's job, like in the household with the children, stuff that was, things that are natural to women to do. Because y'all love to say in the kitchen, barefoot and pregnant. That's not things that come naturally to us, and that we know this. Don't act stupid. So, but those things are not supposed to put stress on our body like that. Like, okay, I don't know, you cooking or you raising kids and stuff like that. It's taking care of your household is different than being in the courtroom or a CEO of a company and in the boardroom and things like that.
Jostling for position, trying to get promoted and keep your spot. That's just stressful anyway. Like,
that's different than being up in the household. Now we know that. Stop playing. But it's just something to think about. Like, again, go ahead, man.
Go ahead, please.
Again, she should have thought about these things before she got pregnant. Hopefully they can have this conversation and come to some type of resolution, because, okay, if you can work it out with this man, stay with this man. Like, she talking about she had no problem getting a man. Why is you even thinking about that? You pregnant by this man.
The hypergamy is
Father,
kicking in.
if he's not a bad dude, you need to find a way to work it out with him. You about to have his baby. Yeah, you have the hard conversations, get that all of that done before baby girl is here. Again, it's late, but you need to go ahead and get this straightened out so that because that's going to be stressful on your body too. Like you don't know about the job situation. You don't know if he's trying to marry you. That's stressful too. So y'all gonna need to get this figured out before baby girl. We'll get it figured out soon because baby girl on the way.
Absolutely. So. 2 more quick points of order. I remember her saying, well, in his sassiness, he said, if I could have a baby, I would. I hate when men do that. Like, we should never get into those kind of back and forths and what you could do. And if you was pregnant, let's stop doing that. That's just not a conversation I don't even think we should have. And second of all, you touched on it, and it hit me a little bit as you said it. That term barefoot and pregnant. Like I said, that was one of those feminist jumping off points of feminism back in the day. Like, you know what I mean? You more than that and that. But I had to think about it. Like, barefoot, that means you comfortable. Right. Like, that means you was, you know what I mean? Like, that was I think that was the gist of it. It's just, again, perverted around and like I don't know what they took it as, but barefoot, you take the pregnancy out barefoot, you comfortable in your house, you good, you ain't got your shoes on, you're not going nowhere, you settle, you good, you could move around. That's what I took that as. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, when I said it like that because it just, I'm used to it meaning something bad.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
It really doesn't mean nothing bad. Like you just broke it down. It's being comfortable. You should want to be comfortable while you're pregnant.
Right.
But they have taken that and made it something. It's probably their rallying.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Cry.
Yeah,
you know, and then that women can just do so much more. Yes, right. Yes, we can do a lot as women.
Yes, you can.
But should we do it is the question.
Pregnant. 7, 6, 7, 8 months
pregnant. Sit your behind down somewhere and grow that baby. Sit down.
It's better for everybody.
Like, we ain't got to do it all, especially when you pregnant. Like, calm down.
Trying to be Wonder Mom.
Right.
Calm down. You don't got to work the 12-hour shift and do all the da. Yeah. And if you had to, then you line yourself up, properly beforehand. See, your situation is shaky.
Right. Did you have another point, Bae?
No, that's it. Well, I guess we'll close it out right there, unless you want to go on, Ken.
I got one last thing. They got to figure out these finances as well. Like, they got to figure that out. Like you said, that the provider, he probably was, providing, getting a bill here and there. And which I said, I don't think he's required to. In my, that's her boyfriend. He ain't required to pay her bills. So say thank you.
Yeah. In that same vein, Ashley will say, why you giving them this and that, and he's not a wife, and the men can say the same thing. Like, that's not a good practice to have, because the same things you want from your boyfriend is going to be the same things you want from your husband. He's supposed to expect him to take a bullet for you. If the thugs grab your butt cheek, he supposed to go step to him. He's supposed to pay all the bills and give you all this money. Like, that's part of it. So if you don't want to do the wife part for somebody who's not your husband, why would he want to do the husband for somebody who's not his wife? Like, we can flip that either way.
And that might be his apprehension as well. But they're gonna have to figure out these finances, like whether she go get her work from home job or whatever they're gonna do. Because if they don't get married and they living in separate households, what is she gonna do?
Yeah.
What is she gonna do for money? Like, so if they do get married, then she's gonna want him to pay for all the bills. You remember she said she want to be well kept.
She did.
So they're gonna have to have this conversation and figure out what's gonna work for them.
Yep.
So
What's gonna work for the household going forward?
Yep.
They'll work it out. They're young. They'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
it's just an
Hopefully so.
adjustment period.
Yeah.
Don't get too drastic.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess we'll leave it right there. You guys heard what we think. More importantly, we want to know what y'all think. So get down there in the comment section. Let us know if you agree, disagree. We were on base, off base. You know, we are 360-degree thinkers on this platform. Free thought, always promoted here. Leave a like on your way out. Sub up if you so choose to. You know, we'll be back real soon with some more of this dating show foolishness. Ashley Dalton, Kendra G, whoever's doing it. We thank y'all for coming out. Appreciate y'all. Y'all be safe. Have a good night. We'll catch you on the next one.